Hello, and welcome to my downtime. My name is Taylor, and I've wanted to talk about diversity, comics, movies, games for a while now, for obvious reasons. But it never really felt right. I don't think that there's going to be a right time. One of the things that was kind of holding me back is when I write these scripts, I write like I'm writing an essay. I'm not writing like I'm actually talking to you or how I talk in my daily life. I've redone this video countless times now. I want you to actually resonate with what I'm saying, not just feel like I'm throwing verbiage at you. But two Black creators were able to put into words things that I've been thinking. Tony Weaver Jr. and Joker. I don't really know her real name. I tried finding it, but...
All right, then, keep your secrets.
Now, Tony talks about Hudson's comments about how Hudson was relieved that the show wasn't woke. And because of that comment, Tony now feels obligated to support the show. Because anybody who says MCU for a living is going to tear it to shreds if it fails, and then, of course, they're going to blame it on diversity. And I resonate with that. I'm supporting it out of necessity, not because I want to. The second statement from Joker is she feels like diversity characters are being set up to fail. While she gives Captain America as an example, I think Ironheart is the best example for this. Not only does Ironheart have to justify her own show in today's political climate, but she has to justify being prioritized over Blade. Let me pause. We're talking about a character now beyond his ethnicity or race. Lots of people love this character. Lots of people attribute the success to Marvel movies to Blade. So being prioritized over Blade, and now let's add on War Machine, and we've been asking for more War Machine other than a cameo since Terrence Howard. So it's kind of like, why did they make this decision? It makes no sense. Unless you actually kind of wanted the character to fail. But okay, now that I've said that, let's circle this back to your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. If you want to see me review this show, or if you want to see me review the new Captain America movie, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. Because I'm just going to briefly talk about in this video how your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man handles its diverse characters. So, Osborn's, Dr. Connors, they're now Black. Dr. Connors is a woman. Why? Because. But because isn't a good answer when these are characters that people want to see or have grown attachments to. If there's already an existing character that fits the description that you're going for, then just use that character. I don't like that because it's just unnecessary division, because now you have to justify it, and it's always a poor excuse. Oh, well, it's just a made-up character. Well, if it doesn't really matter, then why didn't you just use the original? Like, there is no good defense for just swapping a character because that's where it always ends. There is no real answer. And I would fucking throw hands if they recasted T'Challa, but we got Get Her Done Forever. Like, saying that out loud, hopefully you understand now that it's not really acceptable. We shouldn't be doing it. But if you wanted to have Black villains for the sake of having Black villains, weird thing to say out loud, you could repurpose a character like Johnny Owen. Make him one of Osborn's mad scientists. Now, you would have to tweak some of his personality so Peter just isn't set off by this guy, but actually grows a bond with him. In the show, Peter is studying energy. Johnny Owen uses lightning. It just kind of makes sense more than having Dr. Connors. Like, wouldn't Dr. Connors study genetics or biochemistry or something that is going to eventually lead to who he becomes? Who she becomes. This show actually does a good job of repurposing characters. Amadeus Cho, Nico, Lonnie, repurposing those characters to fit this Peter and this universe was brilliant, because Lonnie is the life that Peter thinks he wants. Amadeus is the career Peter thinks he wants. And Nico is kind of like a symbolism of the more he advances with Norman Osborn, the more he kind of loses of his roots. Let's start with Nico. She is fairly underutilized in Marvel Comics, but we usually always see her in a team. So maybe in this show, they're actually gonna build up to the new Avengers, because if you pay attention, Civil War has already happened. So having Nico as Peter's best friend works with who her character is for his personal life, but then also works for his heroic life. Now, Amadeus is there kind of to be there. His character is another underutilized character, but I suppose that's also why I like them repurposing him to be an intern with Peter. It just gives you more time with that character. Maybe kids will cosplay him. I don't know. Lonnie, saving the best for last. Lonnie Lincoln, a personal rival to Peter. But then he turns out to be a friend. And it's like, see what you did there. Subverting expectations, some might say. Have you played the new Spider-Man games? Lonnie's not going to stay a friend forever. And growing an attachment with the character may be foreshadowing what's going to happen to Norman and Harry. It's showing layers to him. So those are my thoughts. If you're commenting with malice, I will just remove it. Having an opposing opinion is fine, but when you're commenting in a manner where you don't actually give a fuck whether it's done well or not, we don't do that here. So until next time, hopefully I was clear, and I will see you in my downtime.